Revelation chapters 8 and 9 are filled with some of the most violent imagery in ancient literature. We see hail mixed with blood burning up the grass, and great blazing mountains plummeting toward the sea, and a poisonous star named Wormwood destroying the earth's fresh water. John utilizes the specific, heightened vocabulary of the apocalyptic genre, relying on these symbols as precise linguistic tools rather than a literal roadmap. These symbols are a deliberate recast of the plagues of Egypt, framing the world's corrupt systems as a new pharaoh. This sequence begins with 4 trumpets representing the physical decay of the natural world, striking the earth, the seas, the rivers, and the stars. Trumpets 5 and 6 escalate the terror by introducing internal demonic rot. John describes massive infernal armies unleashed from the ancient boundaries of the Euphrates, forces designed to torment humanity with physical and spiritual agony. These 6 trumpets function as escalating divine judgments intended to wake humanity up to the reality of their condition. After a third of mankind is destroyed by fire, smoke, and sulfur, the expected outcome is clear. The survivors should be terrified into submission. But Revelation 9 records a different result. The survivors flatly refuse to repent. Instead of turning away from their actions, they persist in their murders, their thefts, and the worship of unhearing, unseeing idols of gold and stone. The demonstration is clear. Divine wrath and physical terror are entirely ineffective at changing the human heart. Rather than blowing the 7th trumpet to end the world, the apocalyptic countdown suddenly freezes in chapter 10, creating a narrative interlude. A mighty angel descends from heaven, handing John a little scroll with a strange command: eat it. John swallows the parchment and feels an immediate dual reaction. In his mouth, the scroll is as sweet as honey, but in his stomach, it turns completely sour. This is the cost of his mission. The scroll represents the sweetness of the gospel message, combined with the bitter reality of the suffering required to preach it. God is shifting strategy, moving from global, impersonal plagues to the work of personal, sacrificial human messengers. Chapter 11 introduces the 2 witnesses as the specific solution to humanity's refusal to repent. John builds these characters as a composite symbol for the witnessing church. Their powers to turn water to blood and stop the rain link them to the prophetic tradition of Moses and Elijah. Their titles, the olive trees and lampstands, connect them to Joshua and Zerubbabel. Their story follows a specific path. They preach in sackcloth for 1,260 days before they are violently overpowered and killed by a beast rising from the abyss. The world reacts with glee. The inhabitants of the earth celebrate, gloat, and exchange gifts over the unburied bodies in the street. Then comes the reversal. After 3.5 days, the breath of life from God enters the bodies and they stand back up. The 2 witnesses embody the journey of the collective church, mirrored after Christ's own path of faithful preaching, suffering, and ultimate vindication. John's vision serves as a reminder to a persecuted church that their faithful endurance is the instrument God uses to reach a broken world.